Pause your wild nonsense. We got momentum.
Today, from Seattle.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And he returns this to the 22. Here comes the Bronco offense with Drew Lock from Missouri in charge.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Play action. Now it's Lock. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Lock throwing complete here to Judy. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 19 carries, 99 yards.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Lock working out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. There'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip.
Seahawks, nothing.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And And it'll be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9.
The numbers for Njoku from a week ago: 11 catches, 62 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun. Cohen. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, try to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get funny, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st down, Jacobs. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Drew Lock, sack.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking to throw on second down. Cohen. Looking sideline, incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such. Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, it's Locke. That's going to be caught by Judy. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Taken down at the 43-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Seahawks 35-yard.
On second down, Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Clock running here. Under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game.
At the 45-yard line.
On second down, it's Whitaker. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
The ball carrier. He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Broncos 3, Seahawks 0.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
From the gun, Cohen. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be about a yard or two short of the first here. He needed the 35, but didn't make it. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
From the gun on third down, Locke. Throw left side complete. It's Jacobs. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Chris Carson trotting back out there. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. This is Carson. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up 3rd and
on 3rd down, Cohen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Here's Jacobs from the gun.
Our defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And a Brooklyn 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Josh Jacobs. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Locke. That escapes the sack. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds. And now 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line.
He was brought down.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
From the gun, Cohen. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Cohen. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
To throw on third down, Cohen. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Brought down.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10.
On second down, here's the option. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. On the ground, Whitaker. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. To throw on second down, Cohen. He'll find Moreau here. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Foster Moreau, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On second and 7, Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fan. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10, and that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They'll get 34 yards there.
First down, Broncos.
Locke looks to throw it again. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Locke again here on second and 10. Left side here, that's the tight end, Fan. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Now Locke again. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now fourth down. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
The score, Broncos 9. Seahawks.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, Not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On third down, Carson, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fights loose. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. On first down, Locke. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Eric Armstead able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
That's the second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
On first down, Cohen. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
2nd and 4 at the 40-yard
from the gun. Cohen. Throw left side complete. It's Whitaker.
Cohen's pass.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Operating from the gun. Cohen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. That ball complete to Isabella. 7 yards to pick up there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw again. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Seahawks.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The give to Whitaker. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Number 48, the ball carrier.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Cohen. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 34.
They run it with Carson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Cohen over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Back to throw. Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football.
The pass. A fumble on the play.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. From the gun, Cohen. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Lock now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Ronnie Harrison.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
12. First down, Brooklyn.
Jacobs now. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and
Block working out of the gun. Open man Hamler, that's complete.
Blocked pass.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Now it's Carson. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and...
On 3rd down, Cohen. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. It took too long.
He ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
Taken down.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Ball carrier. Dorian O'Daniel on the tackle.
On second down, it's Carson.
Chris Carson on the carry.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Operating from the gun, Cohen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing again, Cohen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Whitaker. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Tackled back at the 46-yard line.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Cohen. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
And a Brooklyn first down.
From the gun, it's Locke. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, Locke. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. This is Whitaker. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Cohen. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And 6 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, Locke. Open man. He completes it to Judy.
Locke's pass.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Bryan.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Whitaker. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Cohen. He'll hit Whitaker on the flat. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
1st and 10. At their own.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
3rd down.
From the gun. Lock. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Lock throwing complete here to Judy. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Again, they'll throw with Lock.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Shaquille Griffin there defensively.
He's back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Owen's pass.
4 yards on the pickup. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for number 48.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road. So for our visitors, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.